Yo, what's up, folks? It's Impact, and I want to take this time to welcome you all back to the Hurt Business 101. Let's get right into this video, man. Today's video, I want to discuss this fight that took place on Saturday night, which was the main event of the Riyadh season, Terrence Bud Crawford versus Israel Madrimov. Let's get right into this video. Listen up, man. Before I recap this fight, man, on this video and get into this content, I want you guys to take the time, if you haven't, to go down there. If you like boxing content, and I mean real boxing content where we do real breakdowns and we keep the personal agendas out of it, go ahead down there, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I drop new videos. Let's go. Listen up, man. Both of those fighters deserve a round of applause. Israel Madrimov, Terrence Crawford, they both fought a great fight, and I really appreciated that as a boxing fan. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Terrence Crawford on winning in his fourth division, taking that belt off of Madrimov. I know a lot nowadays people just think moving up in weight is easy, and they just mention it over and over again, like he should just move up and do this, or he should just move up and do that. It wouldn't be special as far as it make history if it was just that simple. It's not simple to do, just moving up and taking on top opposition and winning. And I just want to congratulate Crawford on being able to accomplish that. But let's get into it. Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov, that fight actually was a very technical fight. Now, I will say this. Terrence Crawford was not expecting Israel Madrimov to be as patient as he was. He was expecting what I was expecting based on what I seen from Madrimov. The wild punching, the dunking down, throwing the shots over top, being aggressive, trying to overwhelm Terrence Crawford, catching him from different angles. That's not what Madrimov did, and it threw Terrence Crawford for a loop. And if you go back and watch the breakdown that I did to the keys to this victory, I was wrong in my prediction because I thought Madrimov would fight based on the way I've previously seen him fight. But what he showed was people underestimate that top level amateur background that he has, just like the Vasil Lomachenkos and guys like that from the Cuban system, Rigan Dial, and all of these guys that come from the Cuban system, come from the Eastern European system, amateur boxing. Those guys seeing it all, and even if they come out as knockout punchers and they like to throw with power, when they need to, they can switch it up. And Madrimov showed me that he followed that same pattern that I've been seeing coming from those guys that had those extensive backgrounds. Madrimov was very patient in this fight. And Terrence Crawford, you could tell it threw Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford is a slow starter. Earl Spence fight was the anomaly. He only started fast against Spence because Spence does not allow you an opportunity to ease into the fight. Spence is going to force you to make your decision what you're going to do right now. And by Spence putting on that pressure, and along with Spence making a lot of technical errors, Bud was able to start faster and start getting success earlier. But at his core, Terrence Crawford is a power puncher, but people act like he's just this seeking destroyer, and that's not what he is. He's a patient counter puncher with power. He generally doesn't really start fearlessly at coming after his guys until he's caught them with a shot they don't see when they make a mistake, and then he goes in for the finish. Madrimov was having none of it. Madrimov would not open up like he normally does. He was not being aggressive like he normally would. Instead of him really sitting down and trying to hurt Terrence, it looked like he was just trying to pop Terrence, thinking maybe me being a bigger, stronger guy, I don't have to hit him as hard as I would throw at, natural 154s. Also, I believe he did not really want to commit to that balls to the wall, all out, sitting down and throwing for the fences because just like in my keys, how I talked about Terrence Crawford catching on to that and catching him with something he wouldn't see. I think he wanted to really limit Terrence Crawford's opportunities to counter him with a big shot, particularly like an uppercut or something like that he couldn't see, and get him in trouble and finish him. He did a great job at staying very patient. He fought at great range. And another thing he did that gave Terrence Crawford a look that he wasn't expecting was he kept his hands up the whole time. He was doing a whole lot of herky-jerky movement along with the feints and along with throwing shots from different angles, and his feet were really fast. So another thing, um, aside from hand speed, a lot of people just focus on hand speed when they think of speed. But foot speed, along with hand speed, is like really, really special because he was able to get in and get out even before Terrence. He was able to get in, throw a quick, sharp right hand, and get back out before Terrence Crawford responded in a lot of instances. Sometimes he was not able to get away before Terrence Crawford responded, but he was able to do that. What I saw from Terrence Crawford is, although Israel Madrimov stayed patient, Terrence Crawford also stayed patient. And sometimes what you'll see is if a guy is expecting one fight out, one style out of a fighter, and they don't get it, and like in that instance, Madrimov wasn't being aggressive like Terrence expected him to be. Usually, the guy would come out and just get reckless himself out of frustration because he wasn't expecting it, and it threw him for a loop, and his whole system goes haywire. Terrence Crawford stayed patient as well. So Madrimov trying to be the counterpuncher now, trying to make Terrence Crawford come after him. Terrence Crawford wouldn't do it because he didn't want to run into something. So that's where you get a lot of the chess matches. This was a high speed chess match. Each guy trying to take some without giving the other guy much to go off of because they both have excellent experience and they're great fighters. So it's like, I don't want to give you the look that I know you're looking for. You don't want to give me the look that you know I'm looking for. And both guys trying to figure out where can I go and take something, giving you that look, but not give you an opportunity to make me pay for it. And one thing I respect about Terrence Crawford, people always talk about fighters taking risks. Like they'll talk about Shakur Stevenson. Oh, he don't take risks. No, what you're asking is Shakur Stevenson to take an unnecessary risk to please. And listen, it's about entertainment. Don't get me wrong. I don't like a boring fight like nobody else. I can appreciate if it's technical. I can appreciate a little more technical with less action than a lot of casual boxing fans, but you have a right to be entertained by what you're entertained by. I can't tell you what to be entertained by. But what I can say is asking Shakur to take risks, to go after knockouts, and to try to get stoppages that he doesn't need because he's winning, that's not what risk taking is all about. Risk taking is what you saw from Terrence Crawford. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because Terrence Crawford received a fight from this guy that he did not expect. None of us expected him to do that. Him and his team worked on that. And I said that that is what he should do. And in the breakdown, be very selective on when he decides to come after Terrence Crawford, because I've seen him be reckless. And I thought that him and his team needed to be very selective in when they decided to do that. And him and his team definitely did that. I was not expecting them to do that, but that was very smart. When we talk about taking risks, Terrence Crawford was winning the fight, but he wasn't sure, and he wasn't sure how comfortably he was winning. His corner wasn't sure how comfortably he was winning that fight. So what Terrence Crawford did was consider taking a risk. He stepped outside of his comfort zone to come after a guy and initiate the offense instead of waiting for it to come to him and catching the guy and then going on the attack. He went outside of his comfort zone to assure that he got the win by stepping to Madrimov, forcing Madrimov to throw something to give him opportunities to throw some hard, sharp counters at Madrimov. And he started hitting Madrimov. And a lot of people say he never hurt Madrimov. He hurt Madrimov. See, a lot of times guys who, and it's no knock. Sometimes when you don't have the experience really trying to figure out if somebody's hurt, you only can recognize obvious signs of hurt. You know what I mean? Like somebody staggering around a ring or something like that, or somebody pawing at an area or wincing. Sometimes the fighter's actions can show you that they were hurt. Like when Terrence Crawford caught Madrimov with a nice combination, and then Madrimov responded, even though he responded and hit Crawford with a right hand, he tied Crawford up. That's letting you know right now, I just got hit with something. I'm responding, but I am going to tie up and get myself back together real fast. So he wasn't staggered and all that. He has one hell of a beard on because he took some hellacious shots from Terrence Crawford as well, some hard uppercuts and some good body shots and stuff like that that would have really hurt some other guys bad. But Madrimov really showed he had heart. So I really did appreciate that from Terrence Crawford. Listen, Madrimov has nothing to hang his head. And listen, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again. I don't think we'll get it again just based on the point in Terrence Crawford's career that he's at. Terrence Crawford is on his way out, and he already conquered the Madrimov fight when it got out of there with a victory. So I think he's going to go forward, and if anything, he's going to go after undisputed in 154. I've never liked the idea of jumping up 3 weight classes. I made videos talking about respecting weight divisions. I hated it when Jermell Charlo jumped up 2 weight divisions to face Canelo. I don't want to see that. I never did. I want to see Canelo versus Benavidez, guys in the same weight class, the same size. I don't like it. Just because, regardless if you're able to pull it off, jumping 2 and 3 weight classes in one shot is something boxing don't need. Somebody's going to seriously get hurt. But listen, these guys both, Madrimov and Crawford, both gave us a real treat. And I want to thank them for it. And hopefully we see Madrimov back again soon. And we see Crawford back again soon. That's all I got for now, guys. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in to this edition of the Hurt Business 101. You know what they say? It's no business like show business. But I say it's no business like the Hurt Business 101. Done.